What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome, everyone. Whether you're joining live or just watching the replay, today I'm going to dive into one of the most important topics in short-term rentals. This is amenities that give you an ROI. Okay, so I am super excited to share the behind the scenes of one of our amazing short-term rentals, which we've had over a couple of years already. I'm specifically going to touch the amenities of these properties. So I'm going to share screens with you and I'm going to just walk you through each amenity that you need to get your short-term rental to cash flow, right? To get your short-term rental to be raised in revenue, to kick that top line over six figures. Okay. So super excited to be here. Another Tuesday. So what if I told you that the right amenities could be the difference between a property that cash flows and a property that is a pain in the butt. Okay, so let's pull back the curtain. Again, you're going to learn today the top amenities. Now, let me make one exception here. That each market is different. So what I'm showing you today is focused on this particular market, and this works for us. So this might not work for you. So just a disclaimer that each market has their own amenities, and that's what you've got to learn how to research, right? So now the amenities I'm going to show you today simply work for us. Okay. Also, we're going to learn how to strategically implement the addition of the amenities or find these properties that already have these amenities and go better than them. Right now, when I do market research, which we covered last week, right? And if you want to go back and check out last week's session in market research, I went and I did an advanced training on market research. So make sure you check it out and watch the whole entire thing. As today we'll cover, and I'll screen share with you. So why are amenities more important than ever? What do you mean amenities, George? Well, I kind of call it two types of amenities, right? There are amenities that are not part of the structure, right? So they're just amenities, and then there are structural amenities. Today I'm going to cover both. Okay? So guests, people booking on Airbnb, people just booking today in general, in any platform, they choose a property based on a few things. One of them is the perceived value. So if you don't understand what perceived value is, then you're missing many points there. The experience is one of them, but perceived value is another one. So I'm not going to get too deep into that. Maybe next week we'll go over perceived value and how to create the perceived value via marketing, right? And then deliver 10x that perceived value so you can charge more. But today is about the amenities. But you do develop some perceived value from the amenities that you put in the properties. Okay. Amenities increase your average daily rate. They increase your occupancy rate because people are searching on these platforms, specifically Airbnb that has created tons of filters, right? Tons of filters. So the difference between low impact and high impact amenities, we're also going to cover that. So I'm excited for you as well. What are those, right? What are the difference? What is the difference? Which amenities are going to make the most impact, right? And then what kind of revenue, right? What kind of revenue impact and what kind of revenue can you get? Now, this is going to be more of an estimation with you. Okay, so let me go ahead and share screens so that you can see and understand what am I talking about, George? Okay, so all right, so we are live here today, folks. So first of all, this is last year on this property. I jumped straight into revenue so that you know that I am telling you the truth. The property generated between 2024, January 1st to December 31st, $112,000 with 215 nights booked at 70% occupancy and an average daily rate of about 357. and an average stay paid at $2,500. Now, that is actually pretty good for a property in the middle of nowhere, right? This property is in the middle of nowhere, okay? So let me go ahead and go to the listings, okay? We're gonna go down and just click on that one. Okay, here it is. So this property is located in Alvin, Texas, literally in the middle of nowhere. And we purchased this in the summer of 23 for $525,000. Okay. And it launched, sometime in June, I think towards the end of June of 23. So we've had this one for about a year and a half. Great property. This is one of the vacation rentals that my family and I use because it is about an hour and a half from our personal home on the north side of Houston. So we drive down there, we block it sometimes in the summer, sometimes in the winter, right? In the winter's mostly, if it's open, right? So, and in the summer we have to specifically block it, because sometimes there will be a check out on a Saturday, and maybe it'll have somebody that will come out there the whole week, so we try to take advantage of certain nights or dates that are open sometimes, which is also the benefit of actually owning these types of properties, right? When you have these types of properties and they are not like 15-20 minutes from your personal home, you can go in and stay in your own properties, right? And I definitely recommend to our partners and clients and investors that when they invest in short-term rentals to create their business around their life, right? And one of the benefits and the perks is being able to acquire properties in places they frequent. Okay, so this is one of those. Now, not that I go to Alvin, Texas all the time, but it is on my way to Galveston. So what we've done before is we would go to Galveston, go back to the property, or we would go to the property, the next day we'll go to Galveston. This is only about 30 minutes away from Galveston, as it is an hour and a half for us from here, from the north side of Houston. So let's go ahead and jump in. Okay, we're going to start, literally, we're just going to go in order. Okay, I'm going to take you through the living room and as we start. So now you walk into the living room and you've got a large TV, I think about a 65-inch TV. You've got, I think we've updated, we've added some flowers, and we're painting the whole wall. I'm not sure if that is done, but we are adding some even additional amenities for photo sakes, right? So, 65-inch TV to get started, large couch, right? The TV has it's a smart TV, and we provide access to like Disney and Netflix and like different apps. So you've got to make sure, most people already have their own logins, but sometimes they don't, and you just want to put that in there, make sure that that always happens. So nice size area in the living room, right? So as we go here, let's actually click on each picture. So kitchen wise, boom, you always got to have appliances, right, all the way through. And as we go through here, you see a knife set. Right there you go. That's a better picture. Knife set, cooking oil, right? Little things like that, right? Blender, toaster, and inside the actual cabinets, we even have a ton of cooking utensils and pots and pans, of all kinds, and little things. Like, pretty much imagine if people are going to stay in your property for 1 to 2 weeks, you want to attract these longer bookings. You want to think about those things when you're amenitizing your property. That's a new word I came up with. Amenitizing. I don't think that one exists. You want to make sure that those are there. Wine glasses, bowls, plates, you name it. Okay. We do have access to one of the drawers. See, people want to cook, right? They want to cook, so you got to fill it all up. But we've got our own coffee station, right? And with regular coffee, and also, it's a dual coffee station. It's a dual coffee machine. You could do the Keurig, the quick one, and you can also brew your own coffee, right? So you always want to make sure you put both of them, right? So nice, very nice utensils, right? Gold there. When I went outside, went all above and beyond, right? And then you see the spice rack. I don't know what this yellow thing is. It looks like it's like something for like a candle, but you've got your spice rack that has tons of spices, not just like 4 or 5, but boom, you can literally look around. It's not just salt and pepper, it's all kinds, right? So you've got more bowls, plates, kids stuff, kids plates, higher end. We usually don't go the cheap route when it comes to pots and pans. They wear out very quickly, so we go higher end no matter what, right? So, okay, we come out of the kitchen, we go to, I think the tour put this picture part as part of the dining. So we're gonna go to the remaining dining area. So we have a space outside. So we have purchased tables and chairs and essentially utilize that space outside to to rent whenever people want to have special events. So this was a special event that we had there personally. We ourselves had our own special event. It was Ethan's first birthday there, right? So my son Ethan, our son Ethan is now 2.5. So about a year and a half, we had our birthday there. And it was kind of like a combined birthday. It was actually my birthday also. So we are 10 days apart. He's July, and I'm July 20th. I'm August 6th. So we also market this. We put a photo there of that event. Now let's go back to the kitchen, right? We want to showcase what is happening in your kitchen. You want to ensure that if you're going to sleep 8 or 10, you have seating for 8 to 10, right? Sometimes, I mean, you can't get any bigger than that. I mean, I think this probably sleeps like 12 or 14. So you want to get as much seating as you can. Obviously, sometimes it's tough because of room, but if you can, try to get these larger. And I've seen Airbnbs that have, sleep 12, but they have a table for 4, right? Or a table for 6. And that always calls my attention. And I'm like, why? Why would you try to sleep 12 but put a little cheap $200 table? Go all out, right? So go all out, right? If you're going to sleep 12, you got to have amenities for 12, or at least as close as you can based on the room that you have, right? So we also did a design on the wall. This property didn't come like that. And we repainted, the whole entire formal dining here. Okay, we painted the whole thing, and that's not an amenity, but it was just a small renovation that we did when we bought the property. But we did the wall, and the wall's not an amenity, but is more of an attention caller, right? So you want to create a design, make things look good. I mean, this wall was like $800 plus materials, $1,000 for a wall, right? And now your pictures look great, okay? And it's all about the perceived value, right? So perceived value, right? And the perceived value when you enter the property, the perceived value has to be 10x. If the perceived value and then the real value is not there when you enter the property, that's when you get the misalignment, and people, will complain because they see things on photos that they don't actually see when they get to the property, right? Or it was exaggerated, or it was just misrepresented. So you want to make sure that your property stays as the photos at all times, and then the value that you're offering is actually 10x when they get there, right? Meaning they only see a few things when they get there. There are more cool things to do. Okay, you walk in. You've got a little "Take Me to Texas" sign, right? You've got some plants. The close-ups are very important, right? Now we're getting into photos and staging and marketing, right? Close-ups are really cool of the amenities so people can watch it. Sometimes we even have some that I think I have food in here. Let me check. So again, we do the same thing in all tables, right? So when we're doing these properties, you want to have the lights on. Now we're getting into marketing and photos, but you want to do the same thing on all tables, right? Showcase the amenities, because if they can't see them, they can't enjoy them, right? Like they can't imagine themselves being there, right? So look at that, really cool. Now let's go to the bedrooms, right? You want to showcase your towels. You want to have access to that towels, and you've got lights on, lights on the sides of each bed. And then this is another photo. This is another design on the wall. A lot of this for creativity. The luggage rack, extra blankets inside. TV for each room. Each bedroom has a TV, FYI. The guest rooms are not as important as the main room, the master bedroom, per se, but they are important, right? So we got a lot of pictures to go through today, folks. So boom, this is the master right here, right? So this is the master, and as you see, we have a computer setup with connections to the TV for the couple, the parents, the boss who gets the master bedroom of this 5-bedroom property to be able to work when they get there. So that's key. And I would say, we've got another round to go on this property, right? A few things have come up, now that are super important that weren't before. We've still got it. I mean, things to add here, right? So I would say our team has been working on, the Y Vanda team has been working on adding a few things, and I'll cover some of them, when we get to the outsides. Okay, so this is this is one of the bedrooms that this bed actually came with the property when we bought it. We kept it. It was cool and it was perfect. We didn't have to buy it, and it's more like for the kids, right? So we'll love it. You always want to have access to that. Then we go to the outside, and there's a casita out there. We created a bedroom out of it with its own TV, and it's got a couch that converts into a bed also, right? So, and then you got an upstairs area there too. Okay, so 5 bedrooms, 4 plus a casita, right? Then we go to the master bedroom. You've got your towel rack, and I don't know if we have a close up to that. Let me just see if we have a close up there. Well, no, we don't. Okay, so let's go here. So you have here, it's not just soap, but in this little basket right here, we have makeup towels, toothbrushes, toothpicks and toothpaste, and a few other things. I don't even remember exactly what, but want to have the little extras because those matter, right? Your shampoos, your setup, I mean, the whole 9 yards. You always want to make sure you do that, right? There's the tub. Now we take you to the outside. There's a bathroom outside, right? And when you have a large backyard, as this one is, we haven't even got to the outside yet, but guest bathroom, right? When you have a large backyard area like this one, you want to have a bathroom. I mean, if price and money and funds allow, that is fantastic. And if it doesn't, obviously not. But let's walk through some of these amenities here. Okay. So this first one outside is a palapa out here with a hammock. So that was built so that people hanging out there can have a place to relax. So people sometimes love reading and they love just relaxing. So this is a property where people come from all over the place and they drive out. It's in the middle of nowhere. Look up Alvin, Texas, right? We are the #1 property in that market, and there was comps, 0 comps in that area, but the property was so good, right? And the property itself was the attraction. So people would drive out there from like the north side of Houston all the way through for 50, 60 miles. And when they can't find something in Galveston, or they want to get away and drive just to the other side of town. Exactly what I mentioned earlier. People will drive out to your property, which is about like if you drive down the main freeway, and you're going to like Galveston Island, right, from Houston, you take 15 minutes to off the freeway is this property. So people will drive out there. They'll stay in this property and they'll go to Galveston or they'll commute back and forth, right? But they have their own paradise essentially in the backyard, right? So if you go to Galveston, there's no property like this one, right? And the prices are going to be outrageous. So a property like this that we purchased for $525,000 and it's making over 20% of our revenue of our purchase price in revenue per year, right? So it would cost $1 million to $2 million, right? So this one is perfect price point, smaller city. None of the comps actually, could tell us a story on how much revenue, and for us was a believe and trust on doing what we do and understanding that if we create something that is so beautiful, a property that is just amazing, then even if it's not in the perfect location, you'll still have the advantage. Now, location does help a lot. So if this was in Galveston, it would probably make 200,000, but it would also cost $1.5 million, right? So you've got to make that assumption when you underwrite when you take through your due diligence, any of the investments that you're making. So again, another picture of the outside with some games. People love the games, right? And we haven't even got to the main part, right? This backyard is galore. So we've actually built out a basketball court. We recently added, painted this area. I think there might be, need to remove these pictures, but here's the backyard area from one side of the angle. As soon as you walk out of the house, this is what it looks like. Like you're basically in the corner right there, and there's an area for people to hang out and sort of put high tops so you could entertain here, right? In the back is that first covered area that I showed you that has that have tables. This is an area where you could entertain, maybe have some type of wedding reception or small gathering. We've had some gatherings in there, controlled gatherings, of course. We don't allow parties, but this is just a view of that area, right? So we've got a grill outside. This is the space that we showed you that is empty. This one has a 75-inch TV and a fireplace, a bar. The lighting is amazing. A huge fan, right? And that huge fan in the summer is big help, right? So you want to make sure that all of those little things are controlled and you are adding that for comfort because people are going to pay for that comfort. They're going to pay. I mean, we rent this one for $800-900 a night. It's not quite really hitting. I think it's rented maybe for 1,000 or more once or twice, but location, it being a little bit far. Now we've got a 4.95 review, star rating for I think about a year and a half or so. So now the consistency has been a bit more, right? People believe and trust in this property more than they did when it first launched, right? So, but anyway, let's go back to the picture. TV, large entertainment area. Not every property can have this, but if you do, showcase that with the tables and the large TV, right? You've got a fireplace so people can enjoy the summer, they can enjoy the winter, and I mean the furniture we have there now, it's actually really nice. Okay, so this year we'll be updating and adding a deck on the left of the pool, which we haven't even got to. So washer dryer a must. All equipment, all soaps, laundry, detergent, and all the laundry goodies. Okay, so this is the outside of the property, beautiful. And now we get to the real good pictures that give you the best view. This is the best view of the pool. You have a little area where you have a slide, right? So we have a FYI disclosure here. Be careful. Be careful when you have a slide, right? Because it is a liability. Okay, so we have a liability disclosure for each and every guest that comes in. You've got a hot tub, right, and it's heated pool, right? So these are the Palapa hot tub under Palapa. I mean, beautiful heated pool. People love this, right? It's one of our favorites. That's another view of the pool, right? Beautiful pool. I mean, it is just gorgeous out there, and we love going out there to vacation ourselves. Maybe twice, three times a year, right? So this is my serenity place. Okay, so we go through, continued outside. You've got some seating, more palapas. So when I personally go out there, people are sitting, right? And we get to hang out under these palapas and really just have a drink, hang out with your family while the kids are there. This is a perfect place for you to sit, and hang out. So you've got the view, right? People love these kinds of things. Now, your market, they might love the view of the mountain, or they might love being waterfront, or they might love having different things but in Texas, in the South, or where it's hot in Florida, this is what people love. Okay. So more photos of that area. There's a fireplace there on the right side. There's the fireplace. There's a higher view. Yeah, that's what we're adding. We're adding actually a pickleball court in the back, and we're adding a few things this year. So we're gonna make some improvements to this property, which has been performing for quite a while. And I love this is like my favorite picture because it gives you the view. And we've used this one many times, and I think this one has worked perfectly. So I've got to check the back end which one of the photos is like a 99%. But this is always one of my favorites because it gives you a view of the pool, the slide, the whole thing, and the hot tub. Right? So there's a day picture. Oh, yeah, and the tiki bar. This tiki bar has a TV, it has a bar area, it has a little alcohol closet, has a heater, has chairs, but love hanging out in that area. Okay. So also how you promote your amenities, you want to sometimes put pictures of people there hanging out, families, so that you can showcase what's happening. Oh, there's the photo that I mentioned earlier, which is the photo with food. You want to portray that also. Okay. So boom, more. One of the big things when marketing properties, is utilizing the amenities and the people there, right, to promote and market this property because people care about how they feel. Like subconsciously, when they're looking at your property, if they see other people, they're going to sort of imagine what it would be like if they were there. Okay, so more photos, people hanging out on the slides. These properties are towards the end, right? So cool. Oh yeah, we didn't cover this. There's a little area right here. We've got storage outside, toys for the kids in that container. So, and there's the bar. Oh, even a smoker and seating out there for people to hang out with when they smoke and they grill. The smoker is it's a bit older, but it's there. So yeah, these are some of the amenities. I mean, these amenities, you've got to be strategic. Like this property, we looked forever, and as soon as we saw it, we're like, that's it. Right? It's working. So sometimes you've got to be patient. Take your time and just be patient, because if you just jump into any investment, I used to want to jump. I was so eager about building our portfolio that I would almost want to jump, and then I would control myself and say, no, be patient, make sure the numbers that you understand them, because numbers don't lie. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's training on focused on ROI amenities. I walked you behind the scenes of our $112,000 a year Airbnb in Alvin, Texas. Please feel free to tag me on the comments, right here, or send me a message if you need anything. We help real estate investors create lifestyle assets in high cash flowing properties via short-term rentals. Feel free to reach out if you need anything. I'll see you next week.